Is drinking raw milk safe like RFK Jr. suggests? Can you reduce a glucose spike if you eat your food in, quote-unquote, the right order? I'm registered dietitian Abby Sharp. I host a nutrition myth-busting podcast called Bite Back with Abby Sharp, and those are just some of the questions I tackle with qualified experts on my show. There is so much food misinformation and disinformation out there, and it can feel impossible to know what's real and what's BS. On Bite Back, my goal is to help listeners create a pleasurable relationship with food, their body, and themselves, which in my opinion is the fundamental secret to good health. Listen to Bite Back wherever you get your podcasts.
The Philly and Joe Podcast.
This is the Philly and Joe Podcast.
Dusted from the rain, a couple of kick-ass songs, and I needed it today. I don't know what it is. Here on a Wednesday, 92.1 City, Philly and Joe. In before that, Godsmack, whatever. As you well know, Joe, one of my favorite songs. So just every now and then, I'm sure we all go through this. You crawl out of bed, you sit on the side of the bed, and you're just like, whoa. Like I could sleep 6 more hours. No problem.
It happens every once in a while, and I totally understand. I don't think it... Yeah, I don't know. Do you think the weather? Do you think that has something to do with it?
Maybe. I don't. Yeah, it's been a really weird start to spring and summer. We had all that heat in May, and now we're the wildfires and the evacuees. It's just a really weird time. And on those mornings where you feel like you just don't feel like crawling out of bed, do you ever notice? Like I know my body, and if I were to just close my eyes without setting a snooze, you'll sleep in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like your eyes are so heavy that I'm like, okay, get up. Because if you set your phone back down and put your head back on the pillow for half a second, you're going to be out for another hour and a half, and you're going to be late for work.
It was one of those, when you're dreaming that you're hearing your alarm and actually you're awake. You get into that state, and it's like, I hit snooze.
Oh, man.
Yeah, man, I don't know. Maybe middle of the week getting to you, but you're probably not the only one feeling like that today. I'm a little sluggish. I guess maybe there's something going on out there. It's not a virus or anything. Like I feel fine that way. We're not like coughing or.
There is some allergies going on. I know that.
The smoke.
I took a Reactin this morning. The eyes were bugging me.
The smoke. Mm-hmm. People in my world, it's bothered my throat for the last week. And man, I used to smoke. Like never mind.
Yeah.
And now it's like, smoke in the air is getting to me.
How was that in your throat and stuff because you were
heavy.
Were you a 2-pack a day kind of guy?
I could be. If there was a golf tournament day, well, I'd probably smoke a pack and a half, and then one of the foursome, my buddy that really didn't have a smoking problem. He had a money spending problem. Would smoke half a pack of my cigarettes and then not touch them till the next golf game, right? Like he wasn't really a smoker, just casual.
Smokers that I hung out with used to bitch about that every time we'd go out drinking because the non-smokers would have a few pops and be like, "Hey man, give me a dart. I only smoke when I drink." No, let me fix that sentence for you. I only smoke your cigarettes when I drink.
Yeah, absolutely. And anyway. It was one of those things, believe me. It's better to quit than keep smoking. But hardest thing I ever did was have to quit smoking.
Yeah.
And now, I guess, like most people, you breathe in this stuff and...
you can feel it.
Yeah, for sure.
Definitely feel it. Okay, lots going on this morning. Would you rather Wednesday at 7:20?
Hold on, look at this. It's coming in on the Boston Pizza text line. I'm sorry, Phil, but quite a few people feel in that lethargic state this morning. And you know what? I don't know if you buy into the stars and the moon and everything, but there's a full moon, I think maybe today, and wasn't it a strawberry moon? I don't know what it means, but there was enough people posting pictures of a strawberry moon, and apparently it only happens so many years. So if you believe in that stuff.
God damn it, that strawberry moon, I knew it.
Yeah.
Why am I even here? I should have called Iron Mike, the strawberry moon Mike. I don't work on strawberry moons.
Phil in the astronomy.
Philly Joe Podcast.
The Philly and Joe Podcast.
This is a chef, and this is the type of call that will generate some response. We get it every now and then.
Happy chef, angry chef, depending on the day. Today, annoyed chef. To the boner on the perimeter heading west that's driving your tractor at 8 o'clock in the morning. While I understand you have to get places as well, maybe, just maybe, don't do it during rush hour traffic. There's enough construction out here already. That slows us down. You're driving half on the shoulder, half on the lane, not doing anybody any favors.
And that's harsh in rush hour. And you know what? People are, well, he's got to get places. You know what? You know you're going to get that reply, and we welcome them. But you have to put yourself in someone like Chef's shoes, because the construction on the perimeter these days is so heavy, and there's so much non-movement, and then all of a sudden there's tractor, further complicating things.
I'll take it a step further. You talk about chef shoes. Have you seen the shoes that chefs wear? They're those nice, big, comfy shoes because they're on their feet all day. I'd like a pair of those.
Oh, yeah. Chefs, nurses, they wear some of the most comfortable shoes.
Oh, man.
Yeah, they're not wearing flip-flops.
I'm going to get you a pair. Father's Day Sunday.
Chef shoes?
Yeah, because, man, you can use them around the yard. You got Crocs like I do now. But these are...
The Crocs have been a game changer around the yard.
These are next level. That kind of foam.
I got to say, I used to wear like the white runners to cut the grass, because it was like a badge of honor how green the white runners, the white grass cutting runners would get. And so I loved having this pair of old white shoes that I kept in the garage.
Oh, that green hue that develops around.
Look at how much work Dad's doing in the yard. But since I got Crocs, they're a game changer. I use them for all the yard work now.
We have a lot of chefs that call in on this show, and I'm telling you right now, if you can give us the name brand of those special foam shoes. We talked about your plantar fasciitis.
Yeah.
These shoes, no problemos.
Chef shoes.
Yes.
I want to know. We have multiple chefs, multiple butchers. Man, we got a little bit of everything on this show. Okay, a response about the call yesterday, and I knew this was coming. It was a complaint about motorcyclists in traffic. You remember?
Yes.
Okay, and here's a response.
Hey, gentlemen, it's the Uneasy Rider here. I'm just going to respond to the fellow that called in yesterday, covering all motorcycle riders with the blanket statement that you guys ride like ass hats. I've been riding for over 3 decades. Motorcycles are like horses. They tend to throw off stupid people after they've had enough. Those guys are going to learn their lessons eventually. But one thing I will say is that I've never had on my motorcycle in over 3 decades of riding, I've never had a near-death experience with anybody on a motorcycle staring down at a cell phone. So how about we all cooperate, learn to get along, and watch out for each other. Have a great day.
That's good. I think we can all get on board with that.
You know, well said, too, because even people, I think you alluded to it yesterday. Every section of that has a bad group. Mm-hmm. Right? And then you hear from Uneasy Rider, who's obviously educated enough and I think said it well.
Yeah.
Basically,
tremendous. Absolutely. Thanks for the call, Uneasy Rider. And you
name.
feel free. There you go. I hope that becomes another regular who can comment on motorcycle affairs and vouch for the motorcyclists. Okay, this call here, I want you to listen closely, Joe, because he's giving a shout out to his band. Mm-hmm. But unless I'm crazy, I don't think he mentions the name of the band in this call.
Hey, just wanted to send an invite out to all the good people out there in Radio Land. June 13th, we're playing at the Blue Note Park on Main Street. I mean, if we got a bribe, Joe, I got to say, Joe, we're going to have pizzas with all the Italian porks you'll ever imagine. Philly, we're going to have buffalo chicken ravioli in a can. Oh. So come on down. So we hope to see you guys there. It's going to be a good time. June 13th at Blue Note Park. Local music.
Right?
Yeah, no mention of the band. So June 13th, Blue Note's a great place to check out live music. Hopefully the weather cooperates. I'm going to just take a quick little click here. Oh, yeah. Oh, sunny and 24 on a Friday night in Winnipeg. Good luck to them.
Call back and tell us the name of the band.
Yeah. Otherwise, people will just sit there and wait till you guys go on stage. Yeah, sure. Give yourself a shout out.
Someone will know. Someone will always knows. Okay, Loud Guy. He's right into the Stanley Cup final, and he's on the Oilers big.
Hey, it's the Loud Guy. Watched the game last night. Disgusted. I almost couldn't watch the whole game. I want to say, if they're going to play like that, the passing was bad, sloppy, penalties like crazy, and, to be honest, the reffing still wasn't good at all. So everything stacked up against them. I really want them to bring the cup home, but they can't play like that. They got to come out and play like they're supposed to play. Whatever system Vinny's talking about, they're obviously not using that right now. So they better get back on it. Let's go.
Okay, that's very fair. I think everybody would agree that was the Oilers. That was the worst game of the playoffs.
Best headline ever. The Oilers have to come back and play their game. Of course they do. Anyway, it goes tomorrow night, okay? The next game in the series, 7 o'clock. But they're up against the Bomber game, so good luck to them.
That's a big sports night.
Yeah.
Okay, speaking of Vinny, because Loud Guy asked about Vinny, and we had said yesterday, Vinny, we're wondering how you watch the games, because it was, I thought that he just watches the highlights. You said, no, I think he's watching the full games now.
I think he got the cable package back up.
Hey, what's up there, Cass? Yeah, you guys were asking me if I a full cable or I watch the highlights. Well, I kind of do both. Well, I do both. Like, I'll watch the whole game, and then I'll watch the highlights. Only if they win. If they don't win, I won't watch the highlights.
Oh.
But there are times I miss the game, so I watch the highlights. They're 12 minutes long. So, they don't play the whole game, but that's okay. So, I kind of study both, watch the highlights. And
Studies.
I might actually watch some of the lost games that Edmonton has, or they lost some games, just to study how they played. They looked tired that last game, but trust me, next 2 games, they're going to be very, very aggressive. But anyways, I got YouTube and all that, so I'm good. Got my landline back. Just changing the subject a little bit. I lost it for a bit, but I got it back. So
you can call on the landline.
Dr. Hockey signing out.
I'll tell you what, he started by answering the question, and then as it went on, it sounded like he was unanswering it to me. So we were both kind of right then.
Yes, we were. Yeah,
so he got the landline cable package combined, because you can do that.
Yeah.
And and then he also has the YouTube for the highlights. But he went on to say that he only watch highlights after a win, but then I think he was backtracking, saying that he should maybe watch both. Anyway, that's
Could
good.
you just imagine the poor install guy with Vinny standing there having a smoke, talking to him about the install
Absolutely.
and the landline, and
going, I haven't had my landline in a while. Anyway, I always love hearing from Vinny.
Yes, thank you very much.
The Philly and Joe Podcast.
I'll tell you what, I mentioned how, for whatever reason, just feeling a tad off. Like right off the top of the show this morning, I said, I have no idea why, but it just felt like it was one of those mornings where I sat on the edge of the bed and I thought to myself, man, I could sleep 6 more hours, no problem. And after mentioning that, we're all of a sudden getting a whole bunch of people replying and agreeing. Crazy Craig, I'm off today, man. This is weird.
And I mentioned, I wonder if it has something to do with this strawberry moon that happened in the middle of the night, which is essentially a full moon. It's called the strawberry moon because of years ago, the indigenous tribes saw it as a pink moon because of the strawberry season in June, and it was the full moon of June. So they called it strawberry moon. In Europe, I guess it was called the honeymoon.
Okay.
And then that led to other things. Just reading some stuff. But here's the deal, Phil. The strawberry moon, which is the full moon of June, may affect your sleep. Some people report feeling tired or fatigued during the full moon. And here you go.
So it's a strawberry moon. It's a super moon? The strawberry
it's a super moon.
So that's
There's one coming on the 14th. Today, though, was the strawberry moon in the middle of the night. Apparently at about 2:45 our time was the peak time in Manitoba to see it this morning. But that was one of your hours of sleep.
Yeah.
Before you got up. So, yeah. And then I was just looking at this Elephant Journal article, and the headline makes sense. It said, are you moon sensitive? 31 common symptoms that connect energy levels.
Can you read me all 31,
sleep.
please?
Well, you probably have them all. You're a hypochondriac.
Come on.
I don't want to read. No.
Oh, my God. I've got strawberry moon syndrome.
I think I have to pay for the article. That's not happening. I don't need to know more than I just read the headline.
Take my credit card. I love putting it online.
Anyway, I guess it makes sense. A lot of people feeling that way. It has to make sense.
Morning, gents. I woke up and felt the exact same way. This is on the text line here. I woke up at 3:45. No gym today. Went back to sleep till about 5:45. I could probably sleep another 4 hours. Have a great day and a great show. Cheers. Thank you so much. Got this one. Played baseball yesterday. Now my whole body is sore. Damn you, Strawberry Moon.
It must be the full moon fever.
It's got to be. Listen.
Hey, wasn't that a Tom Petty song?
Tell your boss you're not going to be productive today and blame it on the Strawberry Moon and say you learned it from Philly and Joe.
Look, man, we're getting a lot of people commenting on how it's really screwed up their day. I'll tell you. You know what? You didn't think you were going to come in here this tired or lethargic because I was feeling the same way and learn something.
Yeah.
We taught ourselves something today,
we
folks.
We did.
This is the Philly and Joe podcast.
Here we go. Feel free. Please do. Play along. Boston Pizza text line 762-555. A series of questions. Joe will weigh in. I will weigh in. Would you rather, Joseph, you need someone watching your back in a rugged bar? Someone that no matter what happens, they got you. Bar fight happens, they're in there. Fred Flintstone or Foghorn Leghorn? That's your backup. Which one of those two?
I say.
I know you love Foghorn.
I like Freddie Flintstone,
they're both
too.
good. And they're
I
both,
told you.
Look, neither one of those guys take any guff off anyone.
No. I would have to go with Fred Flintstone, I think, just because he grew up in the caveman era, a little tougher. Foghorn, he's a big talker. He could probably talk his way out of a fight.
He would. Yeah.
But I think
Freddie.
No, you know what?
Fred would be in there quick, I got to say. Like, he's got a short temper.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, let's go with Freddie Flintstone. Played one of my favorite characters on the show, Goggles Paisano.
Yeah. I don't think you could go wrong with either of those guys.
No.
Foghorn also is
well,
pretty...
roosters are pretty tough in general.
And he was an alpha, like Foghorn.
Yeah.
All right. So Joe's going with Fred Flintstone. Would you rather be in charge of human resources for an anthill? So you would be an ant, but you would run the
human resources
for an anthill, or director of security for a beehive. So you're a bee. So the way I would look at this is, ants don't get a lot of time off, right? They're just tireless. They're working. So you'd have to be the bearer of bad news all the time. They're like, hey, you can't get the time off. It's a busy time of year for us ants. Or director of security for a beehive. They're always, you got wasps, you got murder hornets.
I will tell you this, because bees are becoming less and less, and they're very important to us in our environment. That'd be a tough job. I'll tell you, if you were asking me to be the union head of an anthill, now that way, those people, they work hard. Ants.
Yeah.
Right? That would be a tough job. HR, there's no time for issues with ants.
I don't
They're
think
just
ants,
working all the time. I'm taking the HR job.
They don't do a lot of complaining either,
No,
right? I think
work.
you're good. You're not going to get... You're right. Not a lot. They just work away, no
That's
complaining. All right, and beehive job would be... That's stressful, man, because there's intruders all the time looking for your beehive. All right, would you rather, Joe, be able to watch your dreams every day on the PVR? Kind of had this type of question before. Or be able to fall asleep by snapping your fingers. So every morning you wake up, one of your dreams is on the PVR, or fall asleep by snapping your fingers.
That's quite dangerous, having anything on the PVR, dreams especially. And plus, I'm not a great sleeper, as you know. So me snapping my fingers to fall asleep, I've always appreciated people that can just close their eyes and fall asleep.
Oh, man.
I'm not that guy. So I think I'd like to snap my fingers once in a while just to catch some Z's.
Do you not sleep, Joe, because you're a renowned, you don't need very many hours? Like, is that why you don't sleep a lot? Or do you not sleep a lot because you can't sleep when you try?
No, I'll fall asleep when I fall asleep. But, I just don't think I sleep a lot.
Because you don't really like it.
Well, I don't want to miss out on the day.
I'll take the dreams. I know that's a dangerous, very dangerous game to play. But I some of these dreams don't make any sense. And your memories of them are very foggy. And you're trying to have them right there to watch.
Yeah,
kind of neat.
It's the ones that you do remember I'd be more concerned about watching.
Right. Okay, we'll wrap up with this one. Would you rather, Joe, be a professional arm wrestler traveling town to town looking for tournaments, so Stallone and Over the Top?
That's a great movie.
Or travel from town to town with an ape looking for bare-knuckle fights? So Any Which Way But Loose.
I got to go with Every Which Way But Loose over the... I'm not a great arm Arm wrestler. I've tried it. Probably lost the 3 times I've attempted it.
That would be even funny if you weren't good at it, but you
I
challenge people.
I wouldn't even be good at a bare knuckle fight, but I'd love to hang out with an orangutan. Now that we learned how to pronounce the word properly.
For more Philly and Joe, log it into 92.1 City weekday mornings 6 to 10.
Next week is Tom Petty week. Correct, Amundo, Joe?
Yes, it is. Something special happening with Tom Petty. This week happens to be Metallica week, and I just answered somebody on the Boston Pizza text line about how do they have a shot to winning that deluxe box set that's coming out that's worth $400. Well, Sunday night right here, load. 8 o'clock, Sunday night vinyl series.
Sunday.
Come
on, Joe.
$25 will get you the whole seat, but you'll only need the edge. Metallica. Anyway, 8 o'clock, Sunday night vinyl series. You're going to be able to drop a text in there with a code word that you'll get that night, and one lucky winner will get that box set.
That's awesome.
Yeah, when they come up with some collector stuff like that nowadays, man, I really give bands props because it means they've taken a little bit of time here. Sure, it's going to make them money, but they're thinking about their hardcore fan base a little bit by creating that, especially in 2025.
By the way, thank you very much to all the text messages, 762-555, who let us know that the dog that Foghorn Leghorn used to beat on in the cartoon was called Barnyard Dog.
Right.
So that was the name, and I YouTubed it. I had to see this, and because I remember it, but I had to watch it. Just some of the best ofs for Foghorn, and the first clip on YouTube that comes up is Foghorn got a fence board in his hand. He walks up behind the dog's doghouse, grabs the dog by the ass, pulls him out, and just clobbers him with the fence board.
There's a reason, I guess, why we can't watch cartoons anymore. Hey, so you can still watch them online at least?
Oh, YouTube. Can you find everything
tremendous.
on YouTube? Yeah.
I gotta start watching YouTube. If it's good enough for Vinny, it's good enough for me.
And then we were wondering because there was that kid that he used to walk around.
Chicken Hawk,
and someone told you on the text
I thought
line,
it was his son.
No. Who was it? Chicken Hawk?
Apparently, the girl he was after, son. So took the kid under his wing, so to speak.
That's right. That's who he used to hang out with and give all the advice to.
That is true. That is when cartoons were cartoons, and your Saturday morning was filled with some. I wish. I appreciate everybody telling us because it would have driven me nuts. I mean, I guess I could have Googled the name of the Foghorn Leghorns, And
that came in instantaneously.
Yeah.
Like, apparently,
Barnyard Dog.
We're not the only fans of Foghorn Leghorn. Okay, Bomber tickets coming up in a few minutes.
Yeah, big game tomorrow, home opener. It will be, Chris Strevler, behind the
Under center?
The under center. Yeah, that's what I was trying to say. I can hardly wait to speak at the game tomorrow night. Looking forward to it. But we do have tickets to give away in just a few minutes.
With completely useless trivia, good luck. You want the tickets, we got them.
This is the Philly and Joe podcast.
Be a good person.
Rate or review this show wherever you subscribe and get P&J into more ears.
It's not too many days left before summer holidays start for the kids, right? Getting out of school.
That's right.
When packing for a trip, men forget this more than anything else. When packing for a trip, men forget this more than anything else. It doesn't necessarily mean they're traveling with their family either. This could just be on their own trips.
Something they forget. 780 City, 780-2484. And, of course, Lifeline's available, either myself or the Boston Pizza text line. It's up to you. Go ahead.
I'd say wallet.
A wallet. Not in the top 5, believe it or not. So, did we mention what the prize package was? Because it's huge.
Yep, Bomber tickets, hot air balloon ride, and a GC for Red Top.
I'm losing it today, man.
Joe's fading.
Hit the music.
780 City, good morning. You got a guess for us?
Can I get Philly?
Yes, you can. Let's go with men forget this
more than anything else when they pack for a trip.
Let's say a phone charger.
No, sir. No.
Not even in the top 5?
No.
Ouch.
No.
Sorry about that.
That's a good answer. I thought it should be.
Who hasn't bought one at a resort? It's like a cheap
Oh,
one.
yeah. Or at the airport, in one of those.
Definitely. 780 City, 780-2484. Good morning. Do you have a guess for us?
Yeah. Can I go with Philly?
You can. Toothbrush.
Number 2.
Oh!
Toothbrush number 2. When packing for a trip, men forget this more than anything else.
Big prize package on the line this morning, highlighted by Bomber tickets for the home opener. Go ahead.
Deodorant.
Not deodorant, no. I'll tell you, man, if we were on Family Feud, I'd want you on my family team.
Me?
Yeah, you got answers like that. So you get in the fast round there for 10 grand. They ask you real quick. You got to answer these questions. Look at toothbrush. Boom, hit number 2.
Well, thanks, Joe. I would be
best
honored.
compliment I could give you.
Honored to be on your Family Feud team.
See?
Good morning, City.
I'm going to say underwear.
Underwear's number 4. Yeah.
4.
Yeah.
That's a big miss because what kind of underwear are you getting wherever you are? You're not getting it at the airport, are you?
No. That's you're not buying underwear at the airport.
You're wearing your swim trunks the whole trip.
Yeah. Nice.
Even when
Very
they're wet.
comfortable. Wet.
That netting that's on
Oh,
the
yeah.
end.
And you can get them without. The surfer ones, they don't always have the netting in them.
That's right. Hello.
Oh, North End Ned here.
Hey.
Hey, North End Ned.
You usually do pretty good with these questions, North End Ned.
You know what, Phil? I'm drawing a blank. Give me a hand there.
You want me or do you want the text line?
Give me you, Philly.
Okay.
When packing for a trip, men forget this more than anything else. We know toothbrush and underwear have been knocked off the list. It's a big prize package.
Some of their prescriptions. You get a little older.
Yeah, I know about getting a little older. No, it's not their meds.
Okay. Sorry about
But that's
that.
a good answer. I mean, that makes sense.
Well, especially if you have a whole whack of them.
Yeah.
Like the Hi City.
Is it their sunglasses?
Not their sunglasses, no. This is something pretty practical, actually.
Would I bring this on a vacation? Is that a hint?
I would think so. I do.
You do?
Yeah.
780, your CPAP machine.
No. Yeah, number 1. No.
Joe uses it on the beach.
Hey, I
when
just
he's
ordered
tanning.
a new one. I told you, right? My other one went wonky.
It's got the new and
Hasn't come yet. I can hardly wait.
the upgrades. Hi City.
Shampoo.
Not shampoo, no. Some people do like bringing their own shampoo on a trip and such.
Well, if it's a specific kind, 780
Yeah.
City, 780-2484 Bomber tickets highlight
A
today's.
specific kind. It's probably better quality than the stuff you're going to find in the hotel,
yeah,
right?
for sure. My Pert Plus is
Oh,
high
well, that's
end.
got everything
Yeah.
in it in one.
Good morning.
Hey, is it phone charger?
Not phone charger, believe it or not. No. You would think. I would have thought that would have been on this list.
Yeah, all we've had so far, we've only knocked off a couple of them.
I will say toothbrush, which was number 2. The rest are wearable items.
Wearable. So is number
There's your
1
clue.
is number
Yeah.
1 wearable? Okay. 780 City.
wearable?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's wearable.
Socks.
Socks is number 5.
Okay.
So we've knocked off toothbrush, underwear, and socks.
Good morning.
Good morning. Is it a hat?
Not a hat, no.
Need that hat in the sun.
Yeah.
780 City Bomber tickets up for grabs. Hello.
Yeah, I'm going to guess bathing suit.
Not a bathing suit, no.
That was going to be my guess. Happens a lot. Good morning.
Hi, Philly for the win, please.
This might be tough. He didn't sound like he even
I'm
got any
struggling.
help out of the clue, yeah.
A belt.
Bingo!
Yeah, belt.
A belt!
All right.
Oh.
Wow, out of left field, Phil Aubrey. Back-to-back jacks.
Well, I'm just looking at my outfit to what do I got on, and I noticed my belt.
I think what happens nowadays is because you have to take it off when you're going through
Oh,
the
yeah.
security line.
That sucks.
I think some people would rather not bring one, but depending on what your outfits are, sometimes you just roll it up and leave it, let's say, on your bed while you're packing and go, oops. So belt. Yeah, and believe it or not, this must have been more of a joke answer, but when packing for a trip, men forget this more than anything else. Someone answered their wedding ring.
That's good. Someone also said doobs, but
Oh,
that's
wow.
a hell of a guess right there.
Yeah.
The Philly and Joe Podcast.
This is the Philly and Joe podcast.
Text message from Big N. He says, just a note, Philly, it's pretty easy to tell your distances, i.e. half mile, quarter mile, when you've been raised your whole life in a rural area where you're basically living on a 1 mile grid because every gravel road is 1 mile apart. Rock on, Big N.
Yep.
And-
I'll tell you how it happened for me. Running track. I always knew.
800 meters. That was your race, Joe, the 800 meters.
Oh, I'll tell you. I couldn't even get revved up for the 100 meter. It was over before I could really. more More of a marathon life than a sprint.
You were a shot put guy, weren't
Oh,
you?
yeah.
I could see you shot put, discus.
Oh, yeah.
What about the you know the one that
You know what I was at track? I was that McDonald's orange drink that they used to serve. That's what I was.
That's where they could find you?
Right next to it.
The microphone would be called, Joe Aiello, you're late to the 100-meter dash. Can we get you to the starting blocks?
Yeah.
Joe's over there with the orange liquid product
With the
from
wax
McDonald's.
paper cup.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, when you saw that was pre-Gatorade, baby.
Oh, yeah. That
In
was
my
at
world.
every track and field of our childhood.
Absolutely.
Every single one. Big, giant, like how many liters was that jug?
I don't know. But I'll tell you, I had enough of it that my orange was pee later at the track meet. If you were getting tested, you're getting tested out.
Hot dog guy says big money. That's what he calls you. Was a high jumper, I bet.
Oh, yeah. You know me. Look at my vertical nowadays.
I don't see that. Triple jump confused me. I could never, I could
You
chuck
can't put it. You couldn't put the sequence together for
Yes,
the triple jump.
I didn't have the dexterity, the coordination
No.
for the triple jump.
Or the energy. I really didn't.
The Philly and Joe Podcast.
Hit us up wherever you get this podcast and rate and review the show.
Good fortune will come to you.
Actually, we can't promise that, but we'll cross our fingers.